Good afternoon and welcome back. Today I'm sharing with you this tome. The cover is from Nick the Booksmith, Adventures in Booksmithing. There's a ridge spine. It's covered in fabric. And then there's this little raised element on the front that I brushed on some gold gilder's wax. The closure is seam binding. The kit that I use for the inside of this book is Lady Eleanor's Journal by Ephemera's Vintage Garden. And I liked it because I am currently on sort of a botanical book kick and could add some elements and things that I really like with that. This page here is from an old Ephemera's Vintage Garden kit. It's called Coffee Stain Paper, and I liked it with the lines, so I added that in here. The other papers that I have used besides tea stain papers are some of my own eco print papers and some items from Graphic 45. And the kits, I know there was a couture and portrait of a lady and a lady's diary, I think. I had leftover ephemera cards from those packs, and so in little bits and pieces, so I just sort of spotted them through here, and I will not know each individual one where it came from. This little envelope is part of the kit. It has in it some more of the Graphic 45, but these little elements here are some of the lovely things that come in Lady Eleanor's Journal kit. I again created some of these what I call specimen tags with some of my dried pressed flowers, and all I did was print out some of the collage pages from the kit and then cut them into 3-inch strips where there was a pleasing design. This is just using a circle punch. So what I did was I put, after printing this on cardstock, I took a piece of tea stain paper, stacked them up, cut them to the tag shape that I wanted, punched with the circle punch through both of them, and then there's just a little bit of mylar here on both sides. It's sandwiched between the tea stain paper and the cardstock that is printed. So they're real easy to make if you don't want just a circle. Later on you'll see where I just took a craft knife and very easily cut out rectangular and square shapes. This is the line paper from the kit. There's also these little portraits that are part of the kit. This is a little crocheted piece from Butterbee Scraps, who unfortunately is going out of business, and I really hate that because I have used so many of their things. In here I took some of the Edith Holden pages, and I know most people fold them in half and put them in, and that sideways stuff just isn't me. So I cut out images. This was the description of these plants. It was the other half of the page, and I just put them on this way. And I guess I'm just kind of getting rigid into my old age. I like for things to run north-south. When I got through making my specimen tags, I still had some of the paper I had printed out left over. I think this was actually printed in a 5x7 size because I made some smaller tags, so I just fussy cut out some of the images and used it as a little tuck spot. So that's another way that you can use these wonderful collages. You know, and you can imagine cutting this down along here and using that for the tag, for instance. This is more of that Graphic 45 paper, and this is just for some secret journaling and a little belly band area, again made out of a piece of the collage paper cut into a strip. So you can make the tags, and whatever strips you have over you can use in other areas. So you can see this is kind of like the little tuck spot that I made. If you can imagine that this being printed at a 5x7 size, this would have shrunk down and then just fussy cut out around that. Another of the Edith Holden pages, and this one I just made a flip. This belly band is a piece of the graphic 45 paper I had left over from making a pocket, and another little fussy cut piece. This is ephemera from the kit, a little piece of fabric, and I even reused the little circles that I punched out to make the specimen tags. I think it's a lovely kit. I love the collages because they look like something that I would have done with ephemera had I just had blank pages. They're just very beautifully done. And the way that she's put drop shadows and things on the imagery, it just looks like it's glued on. It doesn't even look like it's printed. This is another part of the kit. And this is another specimen tag here. I just stacked the things up and used a craft knife and cut out this rectangle. As you can see, I mean, there's like a little drop shadow in here, so it actually looks like you should be able to feel that paper. It's just wonderful the way she's done her collaging. Another piece of the graphic 45 paper, another fussy cut piece that's a tuck spot. Another tag, some more of those circles, and this is also a tuck spot on this side. And this is a tag, of course, without a specimen part to it. This is part of the ephemera from the kit, and then another graphic 45 journal card. The other half of that piece of crochet put on this little tuck spot. And here I used the piece of Edith Holden and made it into a pocket on the back of one of my eco print pages. This side was okay, this side was not so much. And then there's a little booklet in here. These are pieces of the ephemera from the kit just glued onto a piece of graphic 45 paper that's folded and corner rounded to make that. Another tuck spot. Another Edith Holden flip. And so this tag was made when I printed the page out as a 5x7, so everything is smaller and I can make a smaller tag. This is another little booklet on one of those 5x7 pieces, and it just has some little paper here. So don't forget that if you have Windows and you click on a picture and hit print, it gives you the option of printing, you know, something besides a full page, and you can play around with printing at 5x7, 3.5x5, 4x6, and all of those make cute little booklets. This is a piece of the ephemera just made as a tuck spot. Two more of the graphic 45s and another little specimen tag. See how the shadows and all that she's put on here just kind of make it like you should be able to feel it? I just love the way she did that. This is sort of a belly band tuck. It can come from either side. Another piece of the Edith Holden. And another kind of secret journaling place. These are just on this side. And this, I'm pretty sure, is Couture by Graphic 45. This little envelope came with the kit. This is a piece of the ephemera from the kit, as is this. And I just used the little 16 cents as the place to grab the end of that envelope. And the last of my specimen tags. And that's the end. So I hope that you enjoyed that and maybe got a couple of little ideas that you might use for making tags and things for your next journal adventure. See you soon.